Well, hello there, and welcome to your monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer, and I am a little hesitant about March, but it's coming whether I want it to or not, right? But let me tell you, March 2025 is coming in with a roar. I mean, a roar. Okay, so the first day of March, March 1st, we are kicking it off in like real time with Venus going retrograde in Aries. Venus is going to be retrograde until April 12th, and it is going to retrograde, excuse me, it is going to retrograde back into Pisces later on in March. On March 3rd, we have Mercury moving into Aries. Now, this is a good thing because Mercury is not overly fond of being in Pisces. It rules, Virgo and Gemini. So being in Sagittarius and being in Pisces is not comfortable because it's opposing the signs that it rules. So Pisces is not the most comfortable place for Mercury. So it is good that Mercury's moving into Aries. But there's more on Mercury this month. Of course, on March 4th and March 5th, we have Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, and then Ash Wednesday. So I just wanted to throw that in just for fun. And another just for fun, on the 9th of March, we have Daylight Savings Time. So I know not everyone does that. Like in the U.S., I'm finding that out. But it's happening in some places in the U.S., Daylight Savings Time. So don't forget to set your clocks ahead. On the 14th, okay, here's a big one. On the 14th of March, we have a full moon in Virgo that is hitting its peak at 2:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is also the lunar eclipse. So we have Virgo and Pisces moving into the ecliptic, and Aries and Libra moving out. All right, because North Node went into Pisces in January, so that puts South Node in Virgo. This is our first one in Virgo and Pisces. So the full moon in Virgo with the lunar eclipse on the 14th is like putting us in that different ecliptic, that different feel. On the 15th, just after that powerful full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries, and Mercury will be retrograde until April 7th. On a side note, this is the Ides of March. So it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of superstition around March 15th, around March 15th, because that's supposed to be the day that Julius Caesar was assassinated. And there's a lot of other superstitions around the Ides of March, but I just thought I would let you know, Mercury is going retrograde in Aries on that day. I know. It's insane. On the 17th, of course, we have St. Patrick's Day. And on the 20th, we have the sun moving into Pisces. The sun moving into Aries. What is wrong with me? There is a total party going on in Pisces. So if you have a lot of stuff happening in Pisces in your chart, you need to be aware of this. If you have sun, moon, or rising, or just a lot of planets in Pisces in your chart, you need to be aware of this because there is a total party in Pisces, like right now. And all the way through March, to be honest with you. Okay, so back to this. On the 20th, the sun moves into Aries, not Pisces, and it's also the spring equinox. Wow, love that. Love it. It is also International Astrology Day. Go hug your astrologer. Go buy your astrologer a cup of coffee. I'm just kidding. I just think it's a lot of fun. Okay, so on the 27th, I told you there was more going on with Venus. On the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, and on the 29th, Mercury retrogrades back into Pisces. So again, as I said, there's a party going on in Pisces. And also on the 29th, we have a new moon in Aries that hits its peak at 6:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's also the solar eclipse. So we're moving off of the ecliptic of Aries and Libra, and we're moving into the Pisces Virgo ecliptic. So you can see that with the lunar eclipse that we have in Virgo, in the full moon in Virgo, and you'll see it in the fall when we go through the eclipses then as well. On the 30th, here's a kicker. Neptune, who rules Pisces, is moving into Aries. Now, Neptune moves very slowly, if I'm not mistaken, 14 years. Yes. Yeah, Neptune moves every 14 years. Just wanted to double check my notes. So Neptune has been in Pisces, which it rules, for the last 14 years. It's moving into Aries for a short period of time, and then he's going to retrograde back into Pisces for a little bit before moving into Aries again for the next 14 years. So that's a big deal. And we're going to talk more about that. I have like a whole video planned on that. So just letting you know. Okay, so we're ending March with 5 planets with North Node in water, 2 in air, 2 in earth with South Node, and 2 in fire. Yeah, party in Pisces. That's all I'm saying. So we have the Sun and Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter is in Gemini, Mars is in Cancer, and thank goodness, like, Mars is going direct on the 23rd of February. Oh my gosh. So happy about that. Then we have South Node in Virgo, Aquarius is hosting Pluto, and Pisces has North Node, Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. Yeah, it's a good time. All right, so I want to tell you what the crystal of the month is. I'm so excited about this. It's so pretty, and I have to move all my notes and stuff. So before I do that, I do want to tell you I will be pulling from the usual cards this month. The Goddess Guidance, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck and Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin, Boland. I just love these cards, even with my coffee spilled on it right there. Yeah, I love these cards. So I will be pulling from those cards for the advice cards for March. And I think I can get this. Let's see. Okay, yeah. How about that? Okay, here we go. So, the crystal of the month is petrified wood. And I don't have that many pieces of petrified wood because it seems to sell really quickly. I don't know what it is, but in my booth, this stuff sells like hotcakes. It's amazing. So I picked up these pieces all at this wonderful Natural Treasures Incorporated. They're out of Pittsburgh. I picked them up from, I picked these up from them. These are so beautiful. They are so these are wonderful because they've definitely been polished. And I love that you can see like the different colors and the different textures in these. Here's 2 small pieces. And you can really see like there's a lot of different colors. Most of them are like sort of this reddish brown color, but there are light browns, there's blacks, there's like, this one has both light brown and red in it. There's even like little streaks of white here and there. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I jumped the gun and put my notes down because I wanted to read this. The petrified wood is an energetic cleanse. It promotes balance and calmness. It grounds energy. It dissolves emotional fears, and it encourages inner peace. I think this is so important, like really during this time when we have Mercury and Venus, like both retrograde in Aries, both going back into Pisces. There's a lot of things like happening right now that I feel like we need some balance, and I feel like this is it's also a year of release. It's a year of the 9. I may have mentioned this once or twice, but I think this is a pretty important thing to have this emotional cleanse. Also, it's coming right after that really powerful new moon in Pisces that I was talking about. And I don't know how much I mentioned of it in February. I mean, I may talk about it on my live show. I'm not sure. But here, let me switch this. But the thing is, this Pisces new moon is really, really important. It is like an emotional new beginning. It is a spiritual, like, fresh start, new beginning. And it is a powerful time for you to manifest. But you do have to clean out the clutter before you start bringing in new stuff. And I love this because this, if we haven't hit it by the time that you're watching this, the Pisces new moon is on the 27th. So it's it's really, really important. I mean, it's a great, powerful moon, and Pisces and Virgo are on the ecliptic now. So again, it puts Pisces more front and center, more as like the main character, you know, and Virgo, you know, as the main character. But I mean, come on, I'm a Virgo. Who isn't the main character if you're a Virgo, right? I mean, yeah. So anyway, all this lovely petrified wood, I think that this is so beautiful. I think it's a great emotional cleanser. And it also, the book that I pulled, the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading Cards, you know, I usually read from those. It also connects us with our ancestors. It connects us with our roots. And I think that's so great because, again, it helps ground us. This is a strong strong grounding stone and centering crystal. It assists in connecting you with the tree spirits to receive deep wisdom and healing from your ancestors. It awakens the deep knowledge that lies within the blood and bones of your ancestry. It assists in realizing any old ancestral karma brought down through the bloodline. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So let me know what you guys think about it. Again, this card is such a perfect illustration of how different each piece of petrified wood, I feel like, is just very, very unique. Yes. And speaking of unique, let's see what your individual numerology is for this fantastic and very motivating month of March. Hello, Life Path 9. Okay, just want to remind you, I'm trying not to do this every month, but I probably will. This is your year. Just a little fun there. And the reason why I want to remind you that this is your year and that is a little fun thing is because March can seem like it's a challenging time. Yeah. I think you have a little bit of an edge here. I think you have a little bit of an, I think you have it easier than some. Maybe not the easiest of the life paths, but March has Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, which Mercury retrograde happens all the time. So it's just like we're all used to it. But Venus retrograde only happens every couple of years. Mars and Venus only go retrograde every 2 years or so. And all the other planets go at least once a year, and Mercury, you know, every other week, it seems like. Just kidding. But with you, Life Path 9, because this is your year, I feel like you have a little bit of edge over maybe the rest of us. So March for you is a 3-month. Now, here's where it gets a little edgy for you. It's not necessarily the Venus retrograde, which I think is going to affect all of us pretty heavily, because Venus does rule our love life, our partnerships, but it also rules our money, our material things. So that's also an issue. But with you having a 3-month, 3 is all about communication. What a fun time to have a 3-month, I'm telling you. So 3 is all about communication. It's all about self-expression, self-expression in art, in writing, in music, in public speaking. This is a very creative and artistic vibration. It's very imaginative. It's actually very cheerful. It is. It's a very cheerful vibration. The 3 is all about speaking your truth. And the thing is, like, 3s are very, very accustomed to having family ups and downs, which may be the case with Venus retrograde, because that is a partnership of some kind. It is a relationship, right? Yeah. So this is definitely, it's not a test. I don't want to say it's a test, but it's definitely a time of, it's going to be a little bit challenging with that Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde on top of it. So just bear in mind that freedoms of thoughts and emotions and being able to express yourself freely does not and should not cause injury to others, especially for personal gain. So that's something that I say to every single person that is a 3 life path, or if it's a month or a year of a 3. Just letting you know. The mantra of the 3 is, I am creativity and vibrant expression, sharing my authentic voice freely. A little bit challenging again this month, but that's okay. That's okay. You can handle it. I trust you. You can handle this. So the shadow sides of the 3 is judging of the self or others too harshly. And what happens is we start judging ourselves so harshly that it's overflowed. We're full up of judgment, and it starts overflowing into other people. And then we start judging other people really harshly. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that this month. So if you feel that energy, if you feel that vibe coming at you, acknowledge it. Don't sweep it under the rug, but acknowledge it and just be like, okay, I'm not going to judge myself this harshly because I know what's coming next. And just start working on your self-expression. Notice I didn't say communication, but start working on your self-expression. This is an excellent time of journaling, of drawing, of working on some sort of hobby like painting or photography or, I don't know, pottery, anything that is artistic, that's a self-expression. It would be a good time to do that. When the 3 vibration is unable to speak its truth, and communicate openly, then this vibration starts dipping into some pretty negative stuff, like being really pessimistic, exaggerating a lot, or getting really gossipy. Again, with our relationships being sort of, let's say we're working out the kinks in our relationships, please don't look at starting a new relationship during this time. Or a new partnership. If you can avoid it, just wait until after Venus goes direct. Yeah. But if you can't, hey, we all have to live our lives, right? It's just a piece of advice. You don't have to take it. But the thing is, you can want to think about exaggerating or getting gossipy during this time, because that's the vibration. We have Venus retrograde, and so our relationships are in it already. Then we have these family ups and downs with the 3 vibration. So let's just make sure that we're not exaggerating and we're not getting too gossipy. Of course, we're all going to talk about stuff. I mean, oh my gosh, you should hear the things I say to my husband. But, I mean, that's pillow talk, right? I know. So I want to remind you of who you are. Oh, wait, I didn't say. The lesson of the 3 is communicating emotions openly and letting go of judgments of the self and others. Yeah, so that's the lesson of the 3 vibration. I want to just hit a couple of things with you because I talk about 9 all the time since this is a 9 year. I know, you're so special. The mantra of the 9 is, I embody the flow of this moment with courage to change. And I think that is so, so great, especially for this month. This month is going to be some ebbs and flows in relationships, all of them. I'm going to say it again, romantic, friendship, family, business, all of those kind of partnerships. There are going to be some ebbs and flows, and I think this is an excellent time to work out some of those issues that you might be having, reassess, reevaluate. I've been throwing those words around a lot today. But this is also a great time for you to be your generous and philanthropic self. This can also be a time of transition and completion. As you walk your path of just your typical, let's work things out, let's leave behind what doesn't work for us, this is a good time for you to do that. It's also an excellent time for you to stay true to your life path of removing clutter, both physical and spiritual. Because when Mercury's in retrograde, it's a good time for you to just clear out stuff that's no longer useful to you. Yeah, I know. I love it. I love it. Your shadow sides, just reminding you, is fear of change and fighting change and being careless with money. Because when we're fighting change, that can cause us to be impulsive and moody. And if we're not feeling it, we're not feeling happy where we are, sometimes we just spend money to sort of make up the difference there. Not the best time to be impulsive with money. Maybe drop things in your Amazon cart without hitting pay now, just let them sit there and marinate for a month. Unless it's something you need right away, like vitamins or medicine, whatever. I mean, but yeah, let's just give it a little think, okay? The lesson of the 9 is to recognize patterns and let them go when they are no longer serving our well-being. Again, this is a great time to work out some of the kinks in our relationships and maybe even our relationship with money. So just putting that out there. This can be a tricky month, but it doesn't have to be a bad month. Yeah. And I'm really, really glad that Venus only goes retrograde every couple of years, because supercalifragilistic. Yeah. All right, let's see what the advice cards have for you. Okay, that was too many cards that dropped out. All right, come on. I just had lunch, and so I'm feeling really clumsy. I actually have to set a timer on my phone now to remind me to eat lunch, because I come into my office and I start working, and the next thing I know, I'm like, it's 3:30 and I forgot to eat, and why am I shaking? Yeah. Oh, good. I was like, did I hit the wrong button? Oh, I do that a lot. Ooh. Oh, and in fact, that's how you say it. Una. Easy does it. Oh, this is a beautiful card. I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on yet. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. This is what a wonderful advice card. This is great. This is fantastic. I'm telling you, this is a great month for you to take up some sort of like artistic self-expression. writing, painting, I don't know, again, pottery, whatever. But take up doing crafts. Do something, knit, crochet. But do something like artistic and imaginative, and definitely it's a great time of journaling. Because 3 is about expression, and you're going to want to express yourself. We don't need to bottle that stuff up. Okay, last shuffle. Ooh, that's amazing for you. New moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. This card suggests a rebirth. That's just so your life path. It is. Sorry. Okay. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as birth, death, and rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be a rainbow and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. That is the 9 energy. Oh my gosh. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is a time to work on your magic. A hobby. Okay, sorry, I'm going back. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, an emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Have some sexy time. Well, I love this. I mean, really, I love this for you. This is awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a magnificent March. I've probably used that one before today. I've been trying to think of different adjectives that start with an M, but but I hope you have a magnificent, magnificent March. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.